Well, that wasn't as dramatic as I thought it would be. Of course, we knew they weren't going to raise the interest rates. And in the daily, we kicked all the way back to here and retested this daily wick, and then we finally closed above this trend line and broke it with some conviction. So technically, I would look to buy on the daily chart if we could come back into this this top here, but I don't know if we're going to make it back to 112.83 or 112.80. Hopefully, because then we could really build up and then really have load the wagon. But you know, it's kind of iffy now because we may only make it back to say about maybe here. Now that's the daily, and then on the 15, you can see the scenario you would have to play today. I put 20 pip grid in here, so this thing kicks back about almost 60 pips. So had you bought just before the news, there was a little like right here, if you had a buy stop here, you would have gotten chopped if your buy stop had a stop. You have to drill down and see what happened there. I don't know, actually. I think we came down before we went up on that. I have to go to 1 minute to do like some forensics on that. No, we had gone up and then we come chopping down. So you would have made money on the yeah, you would have made money on that, right? If you look at this, what happened was, even if you got on a buy stop, you made money, and then it came back and stopped you out. So if you had trailing stop immediately placed, you only made like, say you bought before, right? You were good for about 40 pips there, and then they rip it back about 50. But even if you got in with a strategy of buy stops here, and you also had buy limits below for the kickback, these guys would have made more money because they made money from here all the way to here. Whereas this, you only made money from here to here, and then they kicked you back. And even if you bought from here and dumped here, you made money. And then you had this pullback. This is a 1 minute chart. And then you had this pullback here, which was the apex of this triangle. You could have got in there, I guess, for that bounce. But, you know, it always gets kind of old. And you could also have the sell limits up there to get the kickback. Now it's about, can this thing come back to earth so I can get on it and ride it a little bit. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm looking for, is to come back to the station. I certainly don't want to sell here. I guess you could sell a little bit here for a drop of maybe 20 pips. It's definitely overbought, and it's always tempting to do that. But sometimes these things never look back, and I have my sell orders above here, which I've been plucking off today as it spiked into that. Okay, that's how this broker's set up. And set the other broker at 20 pip grid too today. It seems like a nice amount of movement, 20 pips. And you know, you can run a 5, 10 pip stop, looking to make 20, 40 pips. You know. So here you had the, and on the 1 hour, if you look at the 1 hour here, you can see where the sleeper orders would be. If you're going to retest this wick here again, you just clip it. And you also had buy limits on this that you never got filled. And I had buy limits down here, never got filled. But this was just kind of like not that very dramatic a move. Definitely, the euro looks like it's coming back, and if it could drop 20 more pips, it would be safe to buy it at where it broke out the high of the day, high yesterday. And the conservative entry is if it can plunge all the way down in here by London Open or something or whatever. It just doesn't look like it's coming back though. I've seen this before where, you know, I used to sell into these things and just wonder why, you know, it's kind of overbought. Well, it's going to come back, but it might be too late. Maybe too late. We've been hell bent on going after the high of the week here, which is also the high of the month. and if we could take out last month's high. But expecting a lot out of it last night. Always want to see it go nuts. But here we are, we're closing near the high, and bullish day, bullish candle. But unless you're along for the ride, it's kind of pointless to even talk like that. I guess I crack up when people say big bullish candle. I'm like, yeah, so what's your point? So we sell it or buy it? Like, we got to have a trade here, right? I just want to be trading. And on here I will sell. If we go in Asian session here, I'll be selling up here for a scalp for goes up 80 pips, comes back 40. And here's the demo I'm trying not to blow up. Now I didn't trade this. I haven't traded this maybe perfectly, but I'm trying to. I've only traded from the long side. So today, this washout here before the news, I took a little hit there because I think I was expecting it to make a run before the news up, so I had that. But see, we broke that trend line hard and we crushed in. But I definitely bought like crazy down here. I had a plunge order down there, so that's how I was able to recover and end up with a little bit more money than I lost. I think it was down about in this account about 1,800 or something on this hit, and then I made it back before the news even happened. So because we plunged and we retraced, and then the news came out, and then it went down and replunged. So that's always why it's frustrating, because say you were right about the direction, but they chomped you by 60 pips, right? But that's not a problem. It's actually an opportunity, because if you miss the move, and it's going up, which obviously tonight looks like they're just hell bent on taking it. And plus we got this triangle here on the 5 minute. We're just breaking out right now, so I'm going to buy at the market. And then I'm going to put my, if it pulls back beneath in case it comes back. So I'll scalp this until the top of the hour, and then probably just get out and then come in with the pendings below and just trade it from that direction. Of course, it looked to me like it's still got to come back about 60 pips, so there could just be a not the best entry right here, but it looks like a nice little baby scalp, at least till the target of getting out, say, up here, or once we take out this. I want to get in before we take that out, so I don't want to get in on stops there. I want to get on before that and be getting out right about that on the scalps. Anyways, that's where I'm at on this drama. So I'll have to come back to this nonsense and see what it looks like. And we still got about 2 hours before things get started. I guess this is the Pacific Rim time right now. But yeah, it looks like, say bye-bye to dollar. And gold's caught in a trap. Can get out today. All right, well, I'll be back in about, I don't know, if something happens. So that was short-lived. They're pulling it back, so I'm going to get in on limit orders as it comes back to the breakout of at least these wicks, or ideally all the way back into this closing price on the 1 hour, this top here. Quite a bit south. Quite a bit down from here, so I'm going to put all these orders in and catch the falling knife and come back to that. It's only been an hour and a half since the market's been open for the next session here, so a healthy 20 to 40 pip pullback. Going to buy the pullback zone retest of this. May not get the whole thing. We're sitting here just touching this, but typically we'll break below that double bottom and grab people. I'm already slightly long, but I realized that we could pull back harder, so that's why I just buy a little bit here. And then actually this broker seems to think the end of the day is over here. I don't know, this broker's at a God, I don't even know what country it's out of. This is the demo account. Anyways, yeah, about a little bit here, and then hold tight for the true open in about 2 hours. Alrighty then, we're going after the high of the day here, up 20 pips. Got 20 pip handles in here. So I'm going to sell as soon as we trip over the top of the day. And we're hunting down this, like I said, I wish this happened last night, but, you know, I mean, it's always like this, you know, I kind of don't have the patience to wait for the whole drama to play out. But my price projection would be off of this daily chart, would be connecting these two lows. Find the highest close in there. So yeah, right up here is my target. Was at 1454 or something and change. I retested that. So I'll be selling all the way up into that. And if I can get on the long train at some point, they have to pull it back into here. So I put a monster order bank down here. And I'll put another scalp bank down here. And then on the top side, I'm selling if we go up 50 pips. I beef these orders up. So this would sell in 4 hours, and this one's going to sell if it goes 25 to 65 pips with an 80 pip stop in half an hour. If we could spike up there in a half an hour, rip back. Probably not possible. Probably sellers are going to be coming in right here at the top of the day here. That's why I bailed on most of this. But yeah, this is a 100 pip grid here, and you know, looking to sell up into the nosebleed up there, and then when it comes back, got cash out. So here we just got about an hour for about 9:30. We should see some drama in about 2 hours. Okay, we're making a run for the border here to the north side, coming after these wicks on the daily. So I'm selling up into that. I just scalped leaving the station here on the 15. We had a this was the top became the bottom, and we had a triangle here where we broke out, found support, so you had to get in there, and looking for a crazy spike here. So I got these 30 minutes I'm going to run, and we're looking to smash over the railing and come back. Here are the 1 hour 50 pips, and here's the 75 I just built. Looking for a big smash to the north on this puppy. Already went short on this one. And this guy is got orders way up in the nosebleeds. Looking for a big move up there. I'm going to sell sell everything. But I'm also willing to buy. If we could come back here, I will come back and buy deep here, and then I'll put on the demo this one, which I don't think I just hard coded this one, so this one's going to come in. This is the scalp, and here's the pullback to the starting gate, and here's kind of an aggressive entry. It's right there, and then I'm not going to put the one that buys super shallow, because I think we could dip back in below and come back and revisit the apex of that triangle and then go up. You know, see all these giant wicks. It's not an accident. So wicks, I mean, they happen, and then like see this climax and rip back. That's a daily. Okay, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and yeah, looking for that 114.50ish, whatever. Of course, it hasn't even come around, but I'm expecting a lot of up and down action.